What are constant returns to scale? This is another one I've seen a million times that like never seems to stick for whatever reason. This refers to a situation where an increase in inputs results in a proportional increase in output. You can also have increasing returns to scale and decreasing returns to scale. I'm going to, there is a formula for them, which is what I would always refer back to. I'm going to Google it and write it here, and hopefully you can remember it better than I ever could. So we've got increasing returns. We've got constant returns. And we've got diminishing returns. I think it's diminishing, not decreasing. Again, it's been a while. So it's like some of the fun stuff I got to do in grad school, but there are simpler formulas in this. I can try to explain this, but it might not go so well. It's if you get really in depth with this, it's rather complex, and I don't think I'd like to go that complex on the stream here. This is a relatively manageable one. I'm just trying to think of how I can best go about explaining it. So what we're saying is there's a production function here, Q, and the amount produced, Q, is a function of the labor that is put into it and the capital. Now, if we were to multiply Q by this lambda, which is unknown, that's again going to be a function of L and K. So if multiplying it by lambda has the same effect as multiplying it by this multiplier h, we've got constant returns to scale. If multiplying it by lambda were to increase lambda q to a larger number than f, h, l, h, k, we'd have increasing returns to scale. If we're to make it a smaller number, we'd have decreasing returns to scale. I think I'm just going to leave it at that for the brevity of this stream. This is a good topic in microeconomics if anybody ever wants to look into it. I found it rather interesting in grad school. So I'm going to say that's correct. As far as increasing in returns and decreasing returns, increasing returns would be an increase in output, results in an input, sorry. So increase in input is going to yield a larger increase in output than the increase in input was. Constant returns, if we were to increase input, we will increase output by the same amount. And Diminishing returns, if we were to increase input, we would increase output, but by a smaller amount than when we increased input. Able to note that with a little half up arrow. This was poorly drawn for sure, so I'll just maybe reiterate it one more time to you guys. Increasing returns to scale, if we increase the input, my example there was Q, then we would receive a larger increase to output than the increase in input was. Constant returns to scale, if we were to increase input, there would be a proportional increase in output. And diminishing returns to scale, if we were to increase input, output would also increase, but by less than input was increased. With that, we can move on to